If you are working out at Planet Fitness and you're not getting the muscle growth that you've looked for with these strength training machines, I want you to try something different that hopefully will change your life, because it doubled my strength in a very short 3 months. When we do double our strength, amazing things happen. There's a PDF where I talk about all of these amazing things. There's a science behind this that we just discovered not just 20 years ago, and a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of it is covered in the book Body by Science as well. So it's a great read if you haven't checked it out. What this book says is a research-based program for strength training, bodybuilding, and complete fitness in 12 minutes a week. Now, I would contest that a little bit and say that my workouts are around 20 minutes apiece. And sure, eventually you could get to the point to where your tolerance for exercise is so high that you're so highly conditioned that you only have to work out once a week. Most people in the beginning get better results from doing this twice a week. How is this possible? With intensity. And I'm showing you some of these videos of me doing this very slowly. What we do is we eliminate momentum completely, so it's safe. But we up our weights very, very, very quickly compared to other methods. We're able to do this because we reach the point of momentary muscular failure. This is the place where you cannot move any further. This is where all of those amazing health benefits from that video that I listed earlier happen. They're amazing proteins called myokines that flood our body. But more than that, we up our metabolism so much higher when we double our strength. This is definitely the method to give you a higher metabolism as well. So what I'm challenging you to do, to be very clear, is to slow down when you're working out. 5-second repetitions in the gym will serve you very well. I move a lot slower, you'll notice. You don't have to move with 10-second reps. This is just to make sure that you're very safe. Now you'll notice when you put very heavy weights on that slow movement that it becomes so much more intense than you're used to. When you can feel the difference, and this is a big distinction to make, when you can feel the difference between what I'm talking about, this Body by Science popularized workout, which is called high intensity strength training, when you feel the difference, you'll never go back to regular strength training. You'll always just simply bring your muscles to momentary muscular failure, get that high intensity in a short amount of time. There's a lot of videos that I explain this. My earlier video today, I'll link right up above. This explained this very well, about volume, frequency, and intensity, if you want to get into that topic. I want to say at the very end of this video as well, that I'm going to leave a complete guide for a beginner to this workout that has been popularized by the book Body by Science. I have a full course that's available as well for Planet Fitness machines, where I teach you exactly how to use this method and get the best results out of your workouts from here on out. So all of these offerings, there's free stuff. There's this video coming up at the very end of this. And of course my course. So if you have any questions in my courses as well, please ask immediately, and I will get to those the very next day or immediately, one or the other, but within 24 hours. I will talk to you later. Enjoy this video. This is exactly how to begin and move forward in this workout, high intensity strength. Hi everyone, welcome to Safe Fitness Training. I'm John Gentry, JG for short. I've been working as a fitness instructor for over 6.5 years, just utilizing the methodology of high intensity strength training. And a lot of you found this video by typing in Body by Science workout for beginners. And that makes a ton of sense because that's the title of the video. I titled it that because Body by Science is the most popular book that goes over this workout, and I'm going to teach you everything that I think you need to know to get started today in this video. So first and foremost, if you'd like, and this is going to be a very helpful tool for you, I have a quick start guide that I want to give to you for free. This is my gift to you just for coming to my channel, just for watching this video and helping it, of course, rank high on Google's algorithm. I would love to be able to get this free quick start guide out to everybody. If you know exactly what you're doing in high intensity strength training, still download it, because you can print this out and give it to one of your loved ones, your parents, anybody that has any knee injuries or problems with their joints, shoulders, anything. This is going to help save them from having so much pain when they do exercise. And it's going to keep people exercising deep into their 90s and 100s as well. There's 4 important pillars of safety. Now, I'm calling this the Longevity Safe Workout Program because this is a tool for not just life extension, better quality of life, but this is the safest and the most effective workout for getting all of the health benefits of exercise. I'm going to leave a couple of links below for some of those health benefits, and I want you to check it out. I want you to send this video to people if they need help with this as well. So the 4 pillars are slow pace, keeping good form, breathing well, and engaging your core. The important part, of course, is speed. When you go to a gym and you see people working out, it is horrible, especially for someone who teaches high-intensity strength training, to walk in and see these people. It seems like they're purposefully ripping the connective tissue just directly off of their muscles. And so what we want to do is move at a safe pace with heavy enough weights that are intense enough for us to get the stimulus that is required for the adaptive response biologically. So it's literally this slow. We're moving at 10 seconds because it is the safest. Now, is it necessary? It's not necessary. We can move at 5 to 6 seconds and still, again, get all of the muscle growth, the hypertrophy that we're looking for, but that is the pace that we want to move at. 10 seconds up, 10 seconds down, and moving through that without resting between each rep. And I'll get to that part here in a minute. We want our form to be good. This is going to be a little bit different for each machine, but you tend to see people in a gym throwing their neck into it and just scrunching up their shoulders, doing things of that nature. We want our hands to be relaxed if we're not using them, and we want our shoulders to stay down through every exercise. We don't want to put our neck into anything. That could give us an exercise-induced headache. That's a kind of another topic, but if you're prone to headaches, you may want to pay extra attention that you're breathing well also. Typically, I will just breathe deep through the entire process, and then when I get closer to the end, I'll use my breathing in a specific way to make sure that I can move these weights. And it kind of feels a little bit like Lamaze when we're pushing. And it's a very effective way to help us reach that momentary muscular failure that we're looking for. The 4th and last pillar for safety is engaging our core. We always want to have our stomach engaged for a lot of reasons, but just for safety purposes, we don't want to wiggle around when we're on this at all. If our core is engaged, then we won't be prone to, while we have our weights engaged, moving all over the place like this and trying to situate ourselves. That's how you're going to injure your lower back, how you're going to hurt yourself moving into the future. So everything stays still except for the mechanical parts that have to move for the exercise that you're using. In this case, it would be your feet, your legs. Everything else can stay still, of course, except your lungs and your breathing. So the 5th thing that we really should be paying attention to is creating a laser-like focus on feeling our muscle group. And they've done experiments by putting electrodes on people's muscles, measuring the electrical response when we do focus on the muscles that we're using. In this case, we want it to be the glutes because that's the largest of the muscles that we're working on the leg press. then we can get up to 30% more electrical signal just by thinking about the muscles, purposefully using that mind-muscle connection. That's pretty awesome. So all of those things considered, we're going to be moving with that slow motion. Your very first day. Think about this, when you're going to get on a machine, I would start out at about 3/4 of your own body weight. Some people could start with their own body weight. That may be a little bit much for an absolute beginner, but we are going to be moving these weights up quickly and progressively. So your first day, a lot of trainers would say, if they're instructing you in, say, like an introduction to this workout, they'll say, we want your intensity right around a 7 out of 10, just because today's really a learning experience. It's not to scare you off or push you to the point to where you're limp and can't move whatsoever. I have had a lot of people that are used to exercise and they're used to intensity. And they're like, yeah, I just want to be pushed to the maximum. And if they can keep really good form, that higher intensity is probably going to keep them continuing to exercise into the future. It's going to let them know mentally that we are getting a lot out of this because we can feel it. And that does make a big difference. If you can't feel this, you need to up your weights, and that's the bottom line. You're going to feel a high intensity of burning. Now, a lot of people, they have this perceived moment that they've reached momentary muscular failure just because it's burning too much. I don't want you to get caught up in these things. I want you to, even through the burning, just assume with every single push that you can move these weights. And I'll get right back to that here after I explain exactly the mechanisms of what you're going to be doing. So I have some other videos that I made in the past about safety settings for the leg press itself. But just for the sake of today, I'm going to give you those seat settings that are important for you. For most healthy people, you can actually have this up pretty high. And this is standard. For the leg press to be up, you're going to be able to use more glutes, more lower back. But if you're prone to straining your lower back or you have some lower back issues, go ahead and start with that seat all the way down. My channel is called Safe Fitness Training for a reason, and we can still get an amazing amount of muscle growth and health benefits without the seat up all the way. It's gonna save you in the future, I promise. So if you're prone to back problems, just set that down all the way. And I have a little bit of something in my left knee. So what I'm going to show you is you're going to want to be, if you do have that issue in your left knee, you're going to want to have it right, your knee is going to want to be right about at a 90-degree angle. Now mine is close. It's not an absolute perfect mark, but it's close enough. This is the seat setting that works really well for me. So when you're beginning this, we're going to, like I said, move slow, breathe through the entire process, engage the core, and let your upper body completely relax in good form. And typically, the person training you is going to count to 10 or so as you push. And then they're going to explain something, and I'll get there as soon as I get out. But this is going to be your speed moving forward right here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And right here, we will typically call this the turnaround point. All it means is that we never want to lock out our knees. We have all probably seen at least one horrible video of someone who was lifting heavy weights. They locked out their knees the opposite way, and their knee just buckled. And of course, at that point, you have to have a rebuilt knee. You'll never work or live the same again. So just stay safe. Keep those knees bent upward through the entire process. If someone were training you, they'd say turn around. All that means is to just pause and come right back the opposite direction. Same 10-second pace, moving slowly and gently all the way through it. And then when these weights get all the way down, they typically will use a word, a phrase, and say barely touch, barely start. All that means is that when those weights are moving through that range of motion, it'll barely touch. We don't want to set the weights down. We want to keep them engaged to maintain that intensity, and then without shooting out, we want to move very slow. So it's one just consecutive movement all the way through those weights. And the idea here is that because we're not resting between our repetitions, with those weights just continuing to go through that full circle, we're going to be able to reach the point of momentary muscular failure, and that's powerful. That's the moment when all of those health benefits happen. The health benefits that we're looking after are absolutely what we want. So I want to tell you all here as well, I'm putting together some courses that are going to be available very soon. And this is exciting for me because we're going to be going over some very, very deep dives into goal setting, into the science of this. We're going to be talking about some of the principles of strength training, where if you needed to give this to someone to show them, hey, this is how you're going to save your life, how you're going to live longer, be stronger, have a higher quality of living deep into older age. When we turn around 40 or 50, we start thinking about these things. It becomes more and more important for us. So look, all of this is to say, I'm here to help. If you haven't downloaded my free start guide, please do so. It's free. It's there, and I made it for you and for your loved ones, especially your spouses. There's a problem within the fitness industry, and there are a lot of assumptions with people who they think that because someone is a male or a female, then they have different exercise requirements. Or that if someone is a senior or elderly, then all of a sudden they have different exercise requirements. And that is absolute hogwash. Biology is the same scientifically for every single human body. The way to stay safe is exactly what this methodology is for, and in order to get all the health benefits, you have to have that intense, productive work that happens with reaching momentary muscular failure. So I'm going to get off my soapbox here. I look forward to guiding you through more videos. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you have questions. Let me know what I can help you with. And if you are so inclined, I'd love for you to check out my courses when they're available. Coming up very soon, probably within just a week, I'll have some of those ready for purchase and at a discounted rate for just a couple of weeks. So stay tuned, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Have a great day.